Okay, so just going to do a quick video here to take a look at the golf swing of Matt Fitzpatrick. This was him playing in US Open qualifying at Walton Heath. He's turned pro now. He was definitely pretty well known as an amateur, had a very successful amateur career, so definitely got a lot of potential for the future. Just a couple of interesting points really with his golf swing that I want to point out. So on the left here we'll see his from down the line hitting driver. If you look at his takeaway and we stop it there, once the club shaft is parallel to the ground, we'll see how the angle of his club face and the angle of his spine match up perfectly, and that's a really good indication there that he's got a nice neutral club face position during the takeaway. What we're going to see is something a little bit different when he gets to the top. Here we'll see the club face, and this position at the top is then pointing straight up to the sky. So he obviously had it neutral during the takeaway, but then by the time he gets to the top, he's got the club face in quite a closed position. From here, he then really drops the club down slightly to the inside. If we look at this on the right, we'll see from the top, drops it down to the inside, and he creates this really small angle between his left arm and the shaft of the club. So essentially he's creating a lot of lag there by doing that move during his downswing. That's something that Sergio Garcia is really well known for. If you look at his that same position during his downswing, he'll be in a similar position, creating that really small angle and getting a lot of lag. As I say, something that he's pretty well known for. But what I think is really interesting, if we compare this to Garcia taking it through to impact, if we stop there, unfortunately don't have a video of Garcia, but if you were to look at a slow-mo of Garcia's swing from this position, you will see his hands literally don't move, they stall, and the club head catches up with his hands. So he's created that really small angle. He creates a lot of lag, but what he does, he really releases that really hard through impact. He really throws his right hand at it, really aggressive with his right hand, and as I say, he lets the club head then catch up with his hands. What we'll see with Matt Fitzpatrick, he does something a little bit different. And if we see here, you're going to see his hands come out of that circle. This move here through impact is he's really leading through with his hands. So just before impact, we can see here he's actually got his hands just slightly in front of the golf ball. He's got quite a bit of shaft lean, and he's maintained some of this angle between his left arm and the shaft of the club. And the reason he's doing this is because if we go back to the left, is because of this closed club face at the top of his backswing. If he was to do what Garcia does and he fully releases the club, throws his hands at it, lets that club head catch up with his hands, what's going to happen potentially is the ball will go pretty far to the left because his club face will point to the left. So that is just a compensatory move for his closed club face to lead through with the hands and keep the club face square. Definitely not saying it's a bad thing. If you can get that position right at impact and you can repeat it, I'd say it's more a characteristic of his swing as opposed to a fault. It's a move you see quite a lot of players make. A couple of famous ones, Zach Johnson, Dustin Johnson, players like that, and they have that closed club face at the top, but they lead through with the hands through into impact to keep that club face square. The only thing I would say to be able to do this in your swing, if we look on the left through impact here, is you need to have really good rotation of your lower body. If you don't have that rotation of your lower body, you're not going to create the room to be able to lead through with your hands and keep that club face in a square position. Your hands will then potentially take over, and that's when you hit that ball to the left. So as I say, to be able to repeat this position at impact, you need to have that good rotation with the lower body to be able to hold that club face in a square position. So like I say, it's definitely not a bad thing at all. It's just how he swings it. He's obviously been really successful, so he can make that work for him. He can get it right at impact, and he can repeat it. So hopefully you found this video useful. For more videos, tips, reviews, you can follow me on Twitter @RCGolfPro. Thanks for watching.